Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mindzilla. I'm Luke,
And I'm Jess.
and we're going to kick off with an AITA. And I've got a very juicy one for us, and it's actually one that's quite close to our hearts.
Oh, God.
So, here's the intro. Am I the asshole for wanting my wife to surrender her cats because they keep peeing on my stuff? So, I've been with my wife for 5 years now, married for 3. She's rescued these 2 cats 10 or so years ago that came from a cat hauled in house. The cats are brothers from the same litter and have uric acid crystal issues and are on pet vet prescribed renal cat food. Once we started dating, the cat started peeing on my side of the bed and on my clothes. If I left them on the floor, very frustrating, but I never took it personally and tried to find solutions to managing the issues. We added extra boxes, got the cat a tracked litter, and doubled down on keeping the boxes clean. I gave the cats lots of attention, and at times it seemed they preferred my lap to hers. The pissing on my stuff continued for over months/years. They never peed on her stuff. We got a dog, and now the cats are peeing on his bed too. I started helping with cleaning the cat boxes and even installed 2 set of cat shells for them. The pissing continued. We had a hard time selling our previous house because the cat pee smell in the house. At our new house, the behaviors continued. For the past couple years, we have been trying to have children with some difficulty. However, we recently had some success and she is now 7 weeks pregnant. I feel like something has biochemically changed in me, and now I am seeing the world in a completely different light. My wife was out of town this past weekend, and while she was gone, I fed and took care of the cats. I never missed a feeding, and on the second day she was gone, they peed on all my clothes in the hamper and on our dog's bed. This time I lost it and completely broke down. I rubbed the one's face in the piss soaked clothes. I was so mad. I didn't want to sour my wife's trip, so I wrote her a letter detailing how much this event had broken me and really caused a severe emotional response that was new, and that I was feeling unwelcome in my own home. I feel like my dog and I are being targeted for jealousy issues from the cats and have concerns that the same may happen to the baby when it arrives. My wife got home while I was at work and after reading my letter simply texted me that she ordered some new cat boxes. I did not reply because I was at work and couldn't articulate my feelings via text. When I got home, my wife was avoiding of me and otherwise carrying on like nothing happened. I brought her my letter and concerns, and she said she ordered new boxes but said nothing else. I secluded myself for the rest of the night in the bedroom until I heard her crying in the kitchen. When I went out to check on her, she said she felt like I was mad at her for what the cats did. I know that with these cat issues and their age, that surrendering them would likely be a death sentence. This breaks my heart and is the only reason I haven't pushed the issue harder in the past. But something has changed in me since finding out we will be having a baby, and I can't look past it anymore. Am I the asshole for wanting her to surrender these cats?
Uh, that is a tough one. I, you know how I feel about cats, and I think with the baby on the way, that is a very plausible thing he's saying. Like you don't want the cats peeing on baby stuff, do you? Um, but surrendering is quite a traumatic thing as well. I think the cats should be just restricted to certain areas of the house to start with, and try the new boxes and stuff. But we actually have any updates on this?
So we have no updates on this. Just going through to see if he's replied to any
Comments.
comments. A lot of comments mentioning going to the vets and maybe getting them neutered.
Are they not neutered? I didn't
I
catch that.
I saw one comment he posted. He said he was unsure and that he will be possibly looking at getting them to a vet to check if it will be either too late to get them neutered or if this will actually help the situation.
Because that definitely helped the situation with our cat. And what are you laughing about?
One of the comments is calling him out, saying, "You the asshole for rubbing the cat's face in their pee," and telling him to get automatic litter boxes and not to put the cat's face in his pee. But there's no comment.
Someone definitely never lived with a pink cat everywhere, all over the place. I understand violence is not an excuse, but when you are getting everything peed on and it's very acidic, you can get a bit frustrated sometimes.
I mean, our cat has actually never peed on our stuff, but he likes to pee at doors, so he can't.
Yeah.
When he can't get in or out, decides to take the option of peeing at the door. That's about as far as our cat has ever.
Yeah,
Peed.
but ours is neutered and we wouldn't have it any other way really for a house cat. If you're gonna have a cat in the house and this is an issue, you need to research like the state of the health of the cat. I know he's got some renal issues and stuff, but that is all things that can be, you know, sorted through the vet or helped through the vet. If you're gonna have a kid in the house, a baby, newborn, are you gonna subject the kid to being peed on now? You can't. You need to separate the cats.
Unless it's a kind of testosterone thing, because he's not peeing on her, but he's peeing on his stuff and the dog.
Yeah.
So whether it's more that he doesn't like men and that he's choosing to out this.
Yeah, because it was her babies.
Yeah. And it was just those two. So, is he the asshole?
That is a very tough one. I'm gonna say I'm on the fence. He is the asshole, and is the asshole for, you know, making her think it's her fault and maybe reacting the way he reacted towards her and like rubbing the cat's face in the beef. Maybe that was a bit exaggerated of a response. But he is not the asshole for being concerned for his newborn. I don't think he's the asshole for that.
No. No, I'd say I'm on the fence. I'd say it's 50-50. 50 part for against him is rubbing the cat's face in the pee. No very scientific purpose there of rubbing a cat's face in pee to say it actually ever works.
Try to smell what I smell.
Yeah. And then the other 50, obviously, yeah, he's wanting to preempt to protect his child and don't want the child being peed on by the cat. So I'd say, yeah, it's on the fence. And obviously, if we ever get an update in the future, we'll keep you guys updated. But for now, we are both on the fence in this one. And that's your daily Am I the Asshole update.
Let's kick our last segment into action. This is the podcast where common sense meets conspiracy, and they have a slightly awkward cup of tea together.
Today's episode is flat out ridiculous. We're diving into the pancake-shaped pond of flat earth theory. Let's start with the ancient stuff. Flat earth belief is old. The sun is a god and volcanoes are angry mountains kind of old.
Ancient Mesopotamians, Egyptians, and early Greeks all thought the earth was flat, mostly because they were where they were standing. It looked flat, which fair enough, binoculars hadn't been invented yet. Then came Aristophanes in 240 BC, who measured the shadows and basically said, "Lads, it's round, trust me." An absolute legend.
By the Middle Ages, most educated people knew the Earth was a sphere, but somehow the people thought Columbus would sail off the edge. Myth stuck around like glitter in a carpet.
Now, jump ahead into the 1800s. Samuel Rowbotham arrived with the Zetetic Astronomy. Not a comic book, sadly, but a whole book of flat earth science.
He argued the Earth is a flat disk centered on the North Pole, with the sun and moon only 3,000 miles up. Basically, big celestial lamps.
Gravity? Fake. Things just fall because they are heavier than the air. My cup of coffee agrees.
He started the Aesthetic Society, a very serious sounding club. People who thought canals are more accurate than telescopes.
The movement lived on through the Victorian era, including photography-based proof that includes long sticks, poor math, and a very determined moustaches.
Right. Modern flat earthers have taken the torch and absolutely sprinted into the sci-fi territory.
Here are some of the actual beliefs floating around today. Are you ready?
Let's go.
The Earth is a flat disk surrounded by a giant wall that holds oceans. Antarctica? Not a continent, just a rim.
NASA guards the ice wall to stop people climbing it and peeking into the void. It's like the Truman Show, but with more penguins and fewer paychecks.
The sun and moon are tiny, local lights rotating above us, not giant walls millions of miles away, just like ceiling track lighting in IKEA.
Gravity doesn't exist. The Earth is accelerating upwards at 9.8 milliseconds squared, like an elevator that never stops.
Satellites and space travel, all fake. Every photo of Earth from space, CGI. Every astronaut, a liar. Moon landing, filmed in someone's shed.
GPS works, not because of satellites, but because of secret towers and ground-based technology, all controlled by them, capital T.
And finally, Australia. Some say it's an hoax. Not real, just actors. We love you, Aussies, but you might just be government issued.
Even celebrities aren't immune either. First up, B.O.B., rapper and self-declared globe denier. He even tried to crowdfund a flat Earth satellite.
Then there is Kyrie Irving, NBA star, claimed Earth was flat on a podcast, later said he was just joking, but was he?
And of course, Tila Tequila claimed the Earth is flat and that she's the recreation of Hitler, so not exactly a scientific authority. This episode is sponsored by Globes Anonymous, the support group for those who are recovering from round Earth belief.
We've all been there, believing in gravity, owning a globe, trusting science.
At Globes Anonymous, we offer hope, tea, and biscuits.
Join our 12 flat step program. Step 1, admit you were spun. Step 7, replace your globe with a plate. And step 12, accept the ice wall is your friend.
Globes Anonymous, because
Because
healing starts at the edge.
So why do people believe this stuff? It's not always about ignorance. A lot of it is mistrust.
Mistrust the government, science, education, all wrapped up in a neat little package of, I did my own research, and you can't trust what they tell you.
It also makes people feel like they are a part of something secret, like they discovered the hidden truth, and the rest of us are just blind.
And honestly, in a world that's overwhelming, confusing, and constantly online, having a theory you can cling to, that feels good.
Look, we don't buy it. We are Team Globe. But honestly, Flat Earth is fascinating. Not because it's true, but because it's human.
It's people searching for answers, feeling like the world doesn't make sense, so they try to reshape it, literally.
So, if you are a flat earther listening, we might not agree with you, but we definitely appreciate your curiosity.
Keep asking questions, keep exploring, just maybe take a physics class now and then.
Thanks for listening, and remember,
stay curious, stay kind.
and always pack a parachute just in case.